Hussars of Vladimir are definitely dealing a ton of damage to the musketeers and dragoons of Napoleon, that's what I can say already. That was a massive battle in the southern corner, and ASAP emerged victorious because I think he had more fodder with Metafrost, and Jeech apparently wasn't that great at providing fodder.
Hi Ricardo, are you there?
Yep, all of it is going to temporarily keep the stream alive for this game.
Call of it, but I can't review as it games, so when the game finishes, I will just comment that right now you better finish the game.
It might be just me, but your voice is a little bit broken.
Is it okay now?
No, yeah, yes, now it's okay.
It was because Cossacks was starting, and when it starts, it's always lagging.
Yeah, I can understand that. So now Vladimir's base is occupied by ASAP and Metafrost. And they are trying to put some more pressure onto Jeech and Fenrir. With success for now. And we're pausing again. Oh, there's some cannons on the side of Jeech. They are going to try and fire down on the army of ASAP, but ASAP also has cannons. And the headman of Fenrir have just run into suicide of Forleon's hill defense. And he's still producing headman. This is not going to work out for him. And it might not even change anything if we would switch to siege Cossacks now, because his base is getting rolled over. And he's sending all his peasants into battle. And that's indeed successful. They reach the dragoons and they are killing some dragoons, but the dragoons are of course falling back. It feels like Fenrir is actually going for an all-out charge on Nevermind. He's falling back again. And there's some cannonballs flying in. These are the cannons from Fenrir himself. And Vladimir Susas are trying to kill off the Dragoons from Forleon again. Not that successful like last time. Because there isn't any reinforcements of the same coming in. And Fenrir's cannons have been captured. And there's soon going to be a big battle in the middle. And I've got to say the organization of Fenrir and Siege is letting room to wish. Yeah, they have lost all their fodder, they don't have any fodder, and the enemy still has plenty of fodder left, so at this point it's basically game over for the team of Cheech, Vladimir and Fenrir, and they are also quitting now. So this is a win for the team of ASAP, Forleon and Metaforce. There was quite a bit of mistakes on the team of Fenrir, Cheech and Vladimir. Mainly the one with Fenrir not switching to Siege Cossacks and with Jeets somehow being occupied with other things. But I think everybody has a bad day and nobody can really judge that. And well, we'll move on to the next game quite soon, I think. Whenever the players are ready to fight it out.
Okay, Ricardo, I am
Yes,
back.
very good.
Yes, all good, and I'm really sorry for this crash. I hope it's not gonna happen again, but unfortunately, I can't guarantee this because this is not my computer, this is office computer I assembled for this streaming, and I didn't have enough time to make stress test and make sure that everything is stable.
Okay. Well, can't do that every time.
Anyway, who won the previous game? Was it Fenrir plus 2 or KGR?
It was KGR.
Then Colorfit has marked one winner in the tournament grid because tournament grid is marking Fenrir plus 2 as a winner.
No, Fenrir plus 2 definitely lost this battle.
Colorfit, I think you need to fix the grid down to have proper players. And the next game is going to be between ASM Gaming and KGR team. ASM Gaming is Artem Pro, Sakul, and Mayank, while KGR is ASAP, Metafrost, and Forleon.
Yes. Very good.
Yes, all good, and I'm really sorry for this crash. I hope it's not gonna happen again, but unfortunately, I can't guarantee this because this is not my computer, this is office computer I assembled for this streaming, and I didn't have enough time to make stress test and make sure that everything is stable.
Okay. Well, can't do that every time.
Anyway, uh, who won the previous game? Was it Fenrir plus 2 or KGR?
It was KGR.
Then Colorfit has marked one winner in the tournament grid because tournament grid is marking Fenrir plus 2 as a winner.
No, Fenrir plus 2 definitely lost this battle.
Colorfit, I think you need to fix the grid then to have proper players, and the next game is gonna be between ASM Gaming and KGR team. ASM Gaming is Artem Pro, Sakul and Mayank, while KGR is ASAP, Metafrost and Forleon. Did Fenrir actually stop producing Hetmans by the end of the game?
No, he did never stop it.
Okay, but...
Which was kind of his downfall, because he tried to charge a hill and got completely destroyed.
Okay, well, probably I should have switched to producing Siege Cossacks long ago.
Oh, wait a moment, Colorfit apparently forgot who is in ASM Gaming, even though you just talked about that.
Who is KGR Exodia?
ASM Gaming, he asked me who is in ASM Gaming.
Ricardo, there is someone who called ASAP is asking you for the blue collar.
I always ask color for brown as well, but I don't get it. But I'm a nice person. I don't know why, it's just important to me.
Well, you are a spectator and you want to have a brown collar as a spectator?
Why not?
Is it that important for you?
Not really. I'm just doing it for the memes.
Okay, so Colorfit has fixed the grid, and now we can see that KGR has won the battle against Fenrir plus 2. And the game we are going to host right now is gonna be KGR playing against ASM Gaming.
Probably going to be interesting. We'll see how that works out.
Let's hope for it. The only thing needed right now is the players. And we are starting to get quite a bit of the spectators. So it's Colorfit, GaiusRicardo, me and Stallman. Also Sir Artius was going to spectate, but Colorfit is being bossy today, saying no.
Well then Starman should go out as well.
Yes, I think so.
You can watch the stream.
And that's what Colorfit did, he just kicked him.
Very nice. Now I got my nice brown color as well.
So
everything is ready to take off.
That was your strategy.
Not really. That was just convenience.
Okay. Who are we waiting for? We have Sakulu, Metafrost, Artyom Pro, Mayank, ASAP.
We appear to be still waiting for one member of the team of KGR, I think. I think we're waiting for Forleon.
Yes, we are, and
there
here he is.
So ASAP is again going for Ukraine.
Or,
And
and
Artem Pro is going to counter him.
with Ukraine as well. Well, let's see how it's gonna be this time, because Ukraine is a pretty fun nation to watch, and it's starting to happen a bit too often. But let's hope that this time Ukraines will be very far from each other, so we will see engagements between Ukraine and Piedmont rather than Ukraine and Ukraine.
Probably, but then again, if the Ukraine engages Piedmont and it's too late, it's not going to be an engagement, it's going to be a waltzing.
What do you think about Ukraine versus Scotland? Would hetmans have a chance to stay in against the Swords clansmen, or other way around?
Arguably, the hetmans will still destroy the Sword clansmen, however, because they are quite good in producing, if there's enough time in between the engagement, the Sword clansmen might actually outnumber the hetman and kill them, because they have massive attack damages.
Yes, do you remember what is the attack damage of a Sword clansman from Scotland?
I think when they are not upgraded, it's 12, and when they are fully upgraded, it can go up to 45.
And hetmans, they have attack 70 when hetmans are not upgraded, as far as I remember. So
Thus,
yes,
the Sword clansmen still need 3 hits from one hetman.
yes, Swords clansmen would have to be outnumbering hetmans, and they would need to be upgraded to stay against unupgraded hetmans.
Yeah, but they would be able to do that.
Yeah, that's
The
definitely true.
building rate is quite good. It's faster than the Scottish Musketeers indeed. 6 seconds.
But Swords clansmen, they are producing from Scottish Castle, while the Musketeers are produced from the 17th century barracks. So it's possible to produce both, I think, right?
It is indeed, yes. However, I think it's better to go for the Sword clansmen if you're going for a full melee build. Arguably, they are also good as fodder, but you don't want to use them as fodder. No, you want to have them in the front line.
Um, yeah, I think it's very nice when you have diplomatic center and you can hide your Swords clansmen behind the round shears from the diplomatic center, and reach the enemy shooters, and only then unleash the Swords clansmen to just jump into the enemy lines and destroy all of the shooters.
That's going to work.
Otherwise, hmm?
That's going to work because the Sword clansmen are also faster than normal infantry.
I know, that's why it requires a lot of management and micromanagement to keep them behind and don't let them die from the bullets.
Indeed, but it's quite possible.
One of the possible ways would be to align them to protect round shears from the backside.
Probably.
This time we have absolutely mirrored locations, and we have one Ukraine in the bottom right corner. Let's look for the other Ukraine, and the
In
other
the
Ukraine in the top left corner.
Your wish has been granted.
Yes, now they are as further as possible.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how it's gonna end, because they still might go to the center of the map and fight there.
Probably. Artem Pro for all the beginnings is going for the Hetman. And ASAP is going for the Register Cossacks again.
Well, last game Register Cossacks proved themselves to be quite good.
Yeah, I really hope that Artem Pro isn't going to do the same mistake as Fenrir. Otherwise they might need to go to the pro school again.
So far he is producing hetmans and has got 2 hetmans.
Yeah, the Hetmans in this kind of time are still quite okay indeed. And since he's facing the Piedmont players, he might actually be successful like this, but I hope that he's going to switch to the Siege Cossacks when he's going to engage with ASAP.
Metafrost is producing pikemen and dragoons, so the dragoons should be able to help him to defend against hetmans.
Yes, and Sokolu is going for a musketeer and hussar combination.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's quite a classic, but considering that there's no diplomatic center, he might have to rely on his allies. Now he's going for pikes.
Is he going to have both pikes and musketeers? Maybe he just
I
has got
hope
a few musketeers just in case of headmans trying to attack him.
that would be actually a good idea, but considering that ASAP doesn't use the headman, uh, but apparently Pro managed to destroy some gold mines of Corleone. They were still under construction.
Yes, that was a tricky move with the hetman. Not a big damage to the economy, but the biggest problem is that you have to keep the blown up mines for some time until you can rebuild them. So
Yeah, they are gone now. You can rebuild them now.
yes,
It was like wasn't long, but it's still something, I guess.
Detrom still has 11 hetmans, and one of the hetmans is very close to the enemy base.
I think that's on his orders that he is there. I don't think he wants to have them fall back just now.
Do you see what is the sight range of a hetman? It's much bigger than the hussars.
Probably, I mean, it's an officer-like unit. It's not exactly an officer. It lacks the mechanics, of course, since cavalry doesn't have officer mechanics. But it kind of acts like one. It has high HP and high attack, high cost.
Can you imagine in real life formation of officers going to a battlefield?
Well, that would be actually a quite funny sight to watch, but I think it's not possible.
Yeah, and like if you take a look at history, it was one hetman at a time in Ukraine, so this is absolutely not historical to have so many hetmans.
Yeah, they were the clan's leader, or not the clans, but I said the leaders of the Serdios, the clans of the cities.
They've been more like national leaders.
That's what I mean, yeah.
And Artyom is gathering up his Serdius on the hill in hope that they will try to charge the hill. Maybe they will.
The way this looks like, though, it's not going to work out for him because he's going to be outnumbered.
And I don't know why he's not making formations out of his Serdius.
They don't need officers.
Well, Serdius do not require any officers.
And they can get debuffed, therefore, easily and cheap.
What do you mean debuff?
Debuff. Debuff on the attack and defense.
Yeah.
Debuff.
Okay, now he has got formations. He has got 2 formations of 36 Serdius, and now they got the bonuses for.
Apparently, Ace is building wooden walls everywhere.
Yes, he's trying to scout the territory.
I wonder how a soldier would react to this. Some random wooden wall in the area.
I think it would be very easy for Mayang to just go with his hussars and destroy these random wall pieces, palisade pieces, and that's what he's gonna do now. No, well, he's not doing that.
It takes a lot of time to destroy these palisades because the hussars only deal 1 damage per hit, and the Ukrainian palisades have 1000 HP more than normal ones.
Oh, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, 2500. Normal ones are 1500.
This makes me think that actually building Ukrainian palisade might make sense.
Probably. I mean, they take longer to get destroyed, so you can have more time to shell down the enemy with musketeers or similar units. If they would go in now, they might actually be able to win with their hussars against ASAP.
Okay, so now we are starting to see the first engagement of this guy, and we see that ASAP Serdukes.
For some reason, Sakulu wants to attack and Mayank is falling back.
Yeah, so
that's quite a poor organization, but I think it's because the reinforcements. However, if they would have just gone in, they might have actually won.
Could be, but not right now. It's not that clear. And ASAP was staying there on stand ground, so the Third Dukes would have extra bonuses for attack and defense.
Indeed, but it's quite early. The Hussars might have simply just made them incapable to shoot, and since they might have most likely haven't had a lot of own armor, you know,
Yeah,
would
but
have been.
ASAP also has his register Cossacks, and there are some rapiers and pikes from Metafrost, so now it's probably a bad idea to attack.
Of Sakulu. And Sakulu doesn't pay attention, neither does Mayank. A classic mistake.
The pikemen are just dying from the cavalry hit from behind.
Yeah, and they don't even notice it until it's too late. Yeah, it's too late for these losses to get prevented.
And Serdukes are following up as well, and as soon as they turn around the pikes and will try to defend against the cavalry, Serdukes will just come by and shoot them.
They'll have a little bit of a time buffer, however I think that this will be the ultimate. The ultimate
Why
the
Mayank
ultimate
is
end of
taking
the-
his peasants?
I don't know. Probably an accident?
He sent his peasants to kill the enemy rapiers.
Okay.
That's pathetic.
Yeah, that's really stupid. He killed his entire economy with that. Well, they are still alive. He did indeed cripple his economy because now he isn't producing anything.
But this sounds starting to look extremely dangerous for Mayank and Sakulu, while on the right side, Artyom is doing pretty well with the help of some hussars from Sakulu, and his Serdukes are...
Well, they aren't decisively winning against the MC Pikes, but it's enough to kill them.
Yes, and Artyom has also got a bunch of hetmans. He has got 20 plus hetmans, and those hetmans are just demolishing enemy pikemen.
Yeah, for Leon now seems to be wiped out. The base is now a ghost city.
And now we are going to be looking at wiping out of Mayank's base. I think it would be reasonable for Mayank to take all of his peasants and send them to Artyom's base.
That would be the most logical decision, to be honest.
And he is actually doing that, but ultimately he's sacrificing his pikemen to the cavalry attack, which is very unfortunate. And
maybe the cavalry gets stuck on the new build pikemen.
Take a look at the Sakulu's base. There is no protectors at all.
Indeed. That's quite a surprise.
And it's funny that for some reason ASAP and Metafrost decided to retreat from the Mayank's base, and they are not following to Artyom, because Artyom doesn't have much defenders here. If they would follow.
Well, it does appear like Metafrost is staying there.
Oh.
However, Metafrost's base has been also wiped out.
Look here, there could be very nice hussars rush into the bunch of Serdukes.
Yeah, that would be a very nice solution for the problem, but they are falling back because the register Cossacks are coming back.
Yes, but still, Mayank was able to cut quite a few enemy Serdukes on the marsh.
That's still good damage.
Meanwhile, Sakulu is probably going to lose his base.
And Artyom is falling back for no reason. He could have simply turned around and fight to the end. That's more efficient than getting slaughtered by cavalry.
Maybe he's hoping that some of his Serdukes would be able to reach up the hill and stand ground there, but...
there's some reinforcements coming in. Maybe that's what he waited for.
Yes, that's for sure, but still... He has lost a lot of his Serdukes.
on the retreat there. He might, however, win against this tight formation, and he might probably be able to take back his base, the base of Metafrost.
On the other side, Forleone has successfully got his base freed, and he has got another 17th century barracks.
That's quite good, now he can make more musketeers.
And Meyang has got his base back as well, because Artyom has helped to free the base. But Sakulu is currently paralyzed because he doesn't have anything there.
And Artem Pro somehow running away his musketeers again. I don't know why he tried to attack with this small formation.
Maybe he's just trying to trigger this pike and rapiers to follow his Serdukes and get them tricked into the hill charge.
This would actually be a good idea.
It looks like it's gonna be a long game because they are coming back and forth. They are attacking one base, wiping it out, and then moving back.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we can see that Sakulu decided to rebuild his base on Artyom's place, and now he's getting 3 town halls at Artyom's base.
The best choice. Now they are closer together and can defend each other better.
I wonder why Artyom is still keep producing hetmans, and he's producing hetmans from 3 stables.
That's going to cost a lot of gold that he could spend on upgrades if he doesn't have all already.
He has minus 15 gold consumption.
Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, he should definitely go for siege Cossacks in my opinion.
And he also has got the harnesses upgrade, so the hetman's production is doubled now.
That's even more gold cost. Yeah, this now it will be the actually he's going for register Cossacks. Really?
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but okay.
He has switched to the register Cossacks.
I don't know about that, to be honest. The siege Cossacks are also quite good against register Cossacks from what I remember.
But he has got 66 hetmans.
Oh.
That's extremely expensive to upkeep. I think he should rather use them for some kind of engagement. For example, he could send them to Forleone's base and kill all of his peasants.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. You could probably kill Forleone altogether with this.
Aesop is pulling back. Probably he wants to charge up the hill of the Artyom Serdukes and remove the Serdukes' threat over there.
Aesop is also building a big wooden wall.
But you see that on the left side he is leaving one little hole so the Hussars would be able to just come through.
Oh, yeah, that's not really good for him.
I wonder how long it would take hetmans to destroy the Ukrainian palisade.
Probably not too long. I'm not sure how much defense a palisade has, but I can imagine that the hetmans wouldn't take too long.
Mayang is getting 18th century barracks. Let's see if anyone has got the balloon. Yes. Someone has got the balloon on Artyom's side. Let's check the statistics. So Sakulu has got the balloon and Metafrost has got the balloon. So both of them now having the balloons and they see entire map. Aesop has actually switched to the stone production, so Metafrost did, but others are still on food production.
Interesting choice from Aesop and Metafrost, but they are going for a hill charge against Artem Pro.
Yeah, and those Serdukes are going to die.
Yep, quite easily. Too much cavalry.
It's even fun to see like how big, how much of an army they had to gather to dare to charge that hill.
Yeah, that's pretty hilarious. They could have also just sent all the cavalry in earlier.
Yeah, like Hussars would probably do it easily.
Apparently the Hussars of Mayanga are trying to go for a raid against Artem Pro, not Artem Pro, Aesop now.
Yeah, and at least they are able to disrupt Aesop's palisade construction.
Yeah, and they are also going to deal a lot of damage to the peasants.
Yeah, Aesop is sending all of the peasants to kill enemy hussars, and most
Which
likely
proves to be
hussars.
effective.
Yeah, hussars probably were not upgraded at all.
Most likely not, no. They died like flies.
Ukrainian peasants is not something you would like to joke about.
Not, no, not really. They are all basically the same as Scottish peasants.
Yeah.
Except for the textures, probably. Most likely.
Do you know if Russian peasants are stronger than European peasants, or they are the same?
I think they are the same.
But I know that Russian peasants, they have slightly longer sight range compared to the European.
Really? I never noticed that, and again I didn't play Russia in a long time. What if you say so? Interesting.
Aesop was trying to charge the hill, but I think it was a mistake. He just didn't control his units good enough, and he lost a few for the Serduk shots.
Every bit helps. I think they are going to gather together for a hill charge.
Maybe, but I think it would be a bad idea to go for hill charge, because there is absolutely no need. They could just go around the hill and attack the base, right?
Well, this is a possibility, yes. And Fallen is going for a raid against Mayank, and Mayank is doing the same thing as Aesop did.
But Sakulu has got 3 18th century barracks, and now he's producing 18th century musketeers, which would be a very nice buff.
Indeed. They can take down the fodder, the register Cossacks and the pikemen with ease.
Looks like someone has lost 18th century barracks. Was it Mayank?
No, he still has his 18th century barracks.
Yeah, but
he just doesn't build it anymore.
Yeah, he has his 18th century barracks, but for some reason he's not building it. Mayank, do you think it's a good idea to finish construction of your barracks if you place it down? Apparently he doesn't think so. You see, now they have hills on 2 sides, and I think the one who decides to charge the hill would lose, because it's such a bad idea to charge the hills when there are so many Serdukes staying there. As far as I know, Serdukes they have slightly longer shooting range, and when they are staying on the hill, it's even longer.
Yes, they have, I think. I'm not sure how much longer it is, but I think it's a little bit longer.
In this game, who has the longest fire range? Is it?
It's the Swiss Jäger.
Okay, I thought it's French Jäger.
The French Chasseur is the one with the second or third longest range, I think. I'm not sure if the Chasseur or the Seki Musketeer from Hungary has a longer range.
Okay. Well, anyway, these French Chasseurs and Swiss Jägers, they are extremely deadly. If you get like a formation out of 400 of these, almost no one can approach them.
Yeah.
And that's why on 45 minutes peacetime games, people usually tend to choose these nations and then fool others.
Yeah. For some reason, Sakulu is now going for a mixture of 18th pikemen and 18th musketeers from the same barrack.
Probably because he also wants to have some mid shield.
Would be a good idea, however I think that this might actually be a waste of time.
Could be.
We could designate one barrack to make pikemen and the rest make musketeers. Work too.
Okay, so they are trying to charge the hill, but it's like half the hill. Let's see if it's gonna work. But I still think it was a bad idea to charge the hill, even though it was just half the hill.
Yeah, the fodder of the team of ASAP is rapidly declining. However, the team of Atomflo's fodder is also dead.
Yeah.
Hussars from Forleon now.
And Forleon still has a lot of Hussars. And these Hussars are making a lot of damage to the Serdukes and Musketeers.
And because they have to fight the Hussars, the other Serdukes can simply destroy them as well.
Yeah.
And now he's falling back for no good reason. I don't know why people tend to fall back, even though there's units that can clearly catch up and kill them either way.
Someone is freezing.
Mayank.
Yeah, but Mayank does not have many units left, so it doesn't really matter if he's freezing or not.
Yeah, indeed.
And Aesop is being cocky. 600 Serdukes tried to beat them. It's a shame that it's really a shame that no one has got artillery, because like 5 cannons or 5 howitzers would be a very nice addition for these 600 Serdukes.
Well, they could easily destroy them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if Mayank would probably invest into artillery depot instead of these 2 18th century barracks, that would be a much better investment, I think.
Yeah.
But
then this battle would have probably changed around a lot.
But anyway, this is gonna be a GG.
Yeah, there's no way they can recover. Even though there's a massive army of Sakulu, it's mostly just some dragoons and some musketeers and some pikes.
Mayank is still trying to save his peasants, but I don't think it will make any difference.
No, not really, no.
Artyom himself has got just 152 Serdukes left and just 91 registered Cossacks, so that's a kind of pathetic army.
There's no chance he's going to win against that. Even though there's quite a bit of reinforcements from Artenpro.
They don't even bother to destroy each other's base, so they are basically going to attack the economy with peasants and wipe out. Which could be logical, but maybe it would also be more efficient to get a few grenadiers and go and remove the mines.
Yeah. Artenpro's Serdukes have not engaged, which means they have lost valuable time.
And Mayank has sent his peasants to the last brave attack, and they all have fallen.
Yeah, far before they even reached the lines, and now they are falling back again. I don't know why.
It's pointless to fall back right like this. They just falling back and dying, and if they would be shooting, they could at least shoot someone.
Yeah, they should put the lights out like a Mamutana, not like a Frenchman, like Collar. But at least Collar fights back.
Well, anyway, here comes the game statistics for those who are interested. I think we can take a look at Aesop and Artyom Pro. Artyom has got almost 1 million more of food, but he did not gather any wood and any stone. The gold production, the iron and coal production is almost toe-to-toe between Artyom and Aesop. So Artyom and Aesop both playing as Ukraine, they've got very similar economy, but Aesop was able to camp on his base for a little longer. Yeah, and gathered 600 of his Serdukes together, which basically won the game.
Yeah.
And I also think they've got better team play between each other, defending each other better, because Sakulu and Mayank quite a few times went back and forth with his spikes and lost them for no good reason.
No, not really. Very unfortunate and uncoordinated movements. Yeah,
And
that's over.
Artyom surrenders. Well, it was very nice game played by ASAP and his teammates. Congratulations to the KGR team.
So who's going to fight now?
I have no idea. That's a question to Color Fate. But
From the grid, it looks like next up we have Sonic Hips and Q Tiger versus KGR.
that would be a nice game. I would be rooting for KGR.
I'm not sure.
I mean, I would hope for them to win.
That's probably a better idea. Because the team of Sonic Hips and Q Tiger did apparently pretty well in the upper class before they got beaten by a team in F number 2.
Yeah. Meanwhile, while we are waiting for the other game, I'll be reading some from our chat. It looks like I mistakenly said that Harness's upgrade has doubled the Hetman's production for Ukraine, which of course not exactly what I meant. It did not double it. The Harness's upgrade only gives plus 33% of the production in the cavalry, but I don't have to be speaking like strictly in the percentages when I'm providing comments.
Yeah, I would probably made the same mistake, but that's only because I mostly don't even use cavalry.
Because you are all the time playing as Scotland, and Scotland doesn't need cavalry.
It's arguably cavalry is a good meat shield, but I would still prefer to have quite a few barracks before they simply get too expensive and I'm too rich so I get stables.
Color Fate, should I host or you will be hosting? Okay, Color Fate is hosting.
Hosted.
And yes, that's gonna be a game between KGR, Sanyok Hips, and who was the third player in the game?
Q Tiger, I think.
Yeah, Sanyok Hips and Q Tiger going to play against KGR, which is ASAP, Metafrost, and Forleon. Q Tiger is here, ASAP is here, Sanyok is here, Hips is here, and Sanyok is choosing Ukraine as well, so now we are gonna see another Ukraine game. I don't think Colorfit is going to ban Ukraine for these games because it was not in the tournament rules. In the tournament rules you can get any nation you want as long as you have 2 PMOs on your side. But it would be nice to see some other nations rather than Ukraine, because it could be like 3rd game in a row, right?
Yeah, it's a 3rd game in a row where we have 2 Ukraines probably.
Yeah. Maybe we can get Algeria.
That would be interesting in my opinion.
And see Algerian spam of cannons and light infantry.
Probably would prove effective.
Ukraine does not have multi-barrel cannons, so it would be pretty hard for Ukraine to stay against Algeria, especially in the early game when Serdukes are not very upgraded. Yeah,
that's a problem for them, I think, because the Serdukes they can't compete with the numbers for quite a while. They're quite expensive to upgrade, so that's going to take a while.
Anyway, why Stallman is here?
I don't know. I'm sure he's going to leave very soon.
Or maybe Colorfit is going to make him leave.
That's what I wanted to say. Either voluntarily or not, he's probably going to leave.
Colorfit has announced 5 minutes break because KGR team is exhausted.
Understandably.
They've been fighting for quite some time with Artyom Pro.
How were the streams yesterday? Were there a lot of Ukraine as well? I couldn't watch everything.
I think there was 1 or 2 times Ukraine, but it didn't happen to be Ukraine versus Ukraine.
Interesting. So we basically only have Ukraine since this stream.
Yes,
Intense, I mean.
I think the players learned it hard way that it's very difficult to stay against Ukraine and decided to go Ukraine. I think Sanyok with Q Tiger and Hips they yesterday lost to NF number 2 while Sanyok was playing as Scotland and NF Bayton I think was playing as Ukraine, but I might be completely wrong here.
I thought Bayton wasn't available to play.
Yeah, and Fair Snow was about to replace Bayton, but then Bayton changed his mind again and played.
I don't know if it's even possible. But okay, I guess.
Colorfit is saying KGR exhausted, and Sanyok is saying Furleon number 1, and it's like you can read it as Furleon is number 1 to get exhausted.
Probably.
I think when playing as Scotland against Ukraine, it's important to get the Scottish multi-barrel cannons, otherwise it's a no-go.
The Reborn, yeah. Might be actually a good idea to get them, however, since the artillery is inexpensive, they are almost not able to be afforded. At least I might that experience.
Okay.
I wanted to go for artillery earlier in my game, but it just was too expensive.
I see. Probably that's the reason, but anyway, even when the artillery is very expensive, if you can get a few cannons, they can be like a game changer.
Indeed, yes.
ASAP is demanding Colorfit to get red to Sanyok, so Sanyok can give him blue.
I don't think that Sanic is actually going to agree to that, considering this is... Actually, he did agree to it.
Because he does not want ASAP to cry afterwards, saying that he lost because he was not able to play as blue and he was distracted.
Classic.
Yeah, you know that happens. Do you still remember that first ever Cossacks 3 tournament from Sergio held Dragoon?
I still remember that, yeah.
I'm not sure who it was, but in semi-finals or in finals there was some guy who was always crying for some stupid reason.
For rehost, you mean?
Yeah.
That was Bayton.
Okay, so Bayton the crier.
Back then, yes. But today I think he is quite able to win without rehost because he messed something up.
I don't think he was playing today, he was playing yesterday only.
Yes.
And
Indeed.
anyway, they are already in the finals, so whatever happens for the last game, the finals, by the way, will be best of 3. So whatever happens to the last match, they are gonna take second or better.
Yeah.
And Heaps is about to break the KGR winning streak. Well, I would not be so sure, but let's see.
That's a nice challenge, though.
By the way, Colorfit, should allies be nearby? Because yesterday when I was hosting, for me allies were on default and that produced some kind of weird locations of the players. And Colorfit confirms that it should be nearby.
Oh. Well, it is too late to change now. For the games that you did.
Yeah, it's too late to change, and the games yesterday, they were still kinda mirrored. Yeah, it was a weird location, but it was always more or less the same for both teams, even though it's weird.
Yeah.
ASAP is going for Ukraine as well, so now it's gonna be ASAP playing as Ukraine against Sanyok playing as Ukraine.
Again.
Colorfit, would you mind to kick redundant spectators?
There's no special places for people, as everybody can watch the stream if they want to spectate.
Okay. Colorfit claims that Stallman is not going to make some random pauses like someone did yesterday, so I hope we can survive with him. For some reason, Q Tiger decided to rename him to Red Putin.
Yeah. And I don't know why, but apparently Starman is allowed to stay.
Yeah, I think Colorfit decided that Stallman can stay and spectate.
So we do have special places for special people.
Yeah, and he is one of the allowed redundant spectators.
That's quite ironic.
Colorfit had description for this video. This week's FFA champion was KGR ASAP. Last week's FFA champion was no one. And
that isn't true.
And I wonder.
Last FFA champion was me because all the other games crashed. Or it wasn't an FFA.
Okay, so no one is not a nickname. I thought there is a player with a nickname no one.
I think that was because there was an R-Liga stream at that point.
Okay.
So there was obviously no FFA stream.
Okay, anyway, we are in the game and we've got mirrored location. And we've got Ukraine, and Ukraine also pretty far away. And in the middle between two Piemonts, so it's very equal.
And the red color in the game time and teams is going to mess my speech up, so I'm going to apologize if I call anybody wrong.
That should be fine.
Yeah, it's just because whenever there's color on everybody and the game time, I keep messing up the teams.
Yeah, because, well, I have no idea why it can't be done the better way. For example, if you have one team, they all got like blue, violet, and say light blue or green, and the other team got red, pink, and maybe orange or yellow, so it's much easier.
Yeah, basically the color families.
Yeah.
Would be very much easier to identify them this way, because then you know who is who, or which team is what.
Definitely. Meanwhile, everything is going as usual. Artyom is rushing for extra town hall for his Ukrainian peasants, going for 3 extra.
It's Sanyak. Artyom Pro is out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Yes, Sanyok is going for 2 extra Cossacks house, 1 extra stable, an academy, and we can see that players, when they are placing their buildings, they're not really caring about the location of the place, because they believe that enemy hussars are still far away and will not be able to rush in and capture. But if that happens, and we've seen that happen before in the previous games, that some early birds, like some early hussars, are just running into the enemy base and capturing placed academies and destroying them.
Yeah, that was my teammate Delta's plan as well. But I don't think he was very successful with this.
No. And Sanyok is already sending his hetmans all over the place, figuring out where Metafrost is. But Metafrost has dragoons and he's trying to defend himself with dragoons. Let's see if that's gonna help him at all. Now 4 Sanyok's hetmans are trying to approach dragoons, and Metafrost is defending himself with pikeman, while Sanyok is retreating back and Metafrost is following with his dragoons to shoot the hetmans.
That's a good idea. Because the hetman, they cannot catch up to the dragoons if they want to attack them. So just redecide their plans.
While ASAP is going for registered Cossacks, not hetmans like the previous 2 games.
It worked out for him, so I don't know why he should change it either way.
That's true. Sanyok has got 15 hetmans by now, and the hetmans are looking for some easy targets, and these easy targets could be Forleon, because Forleon does not have enough pikemen at his base. He is trying to make some kind of engagements with hips, while Sanyok is attacking Forleon's base with his bunch of hetmans.
It is also notable to say that Zanek has changed to register Cossacks.
Probably because he does not want to waste a lot of gold.
That would be the first time. I'm happy that somebody realizes that. Because they are very expensive, these hetmen, and they aren't very effective in the late game when there's the Serdios that are just destroying everything.
But still, those 15 hetmans are able to deal very substantial damage for Forleon's economy by killing lots of peasants.
That's quite a deja vu for Forleon as well, because in the last game he also got destroyed by hetman.
Well, it looks like he didn't learn much and still going for pikemen.
And the register Cossacks seem to finish off the hetman now.
Yeah,
actually,
but
the hetman just finished off the register Cossacks.
yeah, probably because Sanyoka has gathered all of the hetmans back. Like, some of them been just walking in.
Yeah.
I feel like Forleon does not have resources to shoot because his dragoons are not shooting.
Then it would be a good time for hips to push. I mean.
And there is still one Getman at Forleon's base, basically making fun there.
Yeah.
But we
And he died.
should focus at the right side. Metafrost and Aesop gathered some forces and tried to push to Q-Tiger or
Yes.
or Red Putin.
Yeah, Putin Julio, so I don't know what's that supposed to mean.
That's a Russian swear, so
Oh, okay. I shouldn't say that then.
yeah. But that's fine, you didn't say it right.
Okay. That's the main post of it.
Yeah. Someone is saying this Q-Tiger is a cheater. Well, maybe not, but I leave this for Colorfit to judge because he is the tournament author and tournament owner.
If he would be cheating, we are sure he notice it.
Yeah, if he will be suspected for any kind of cheating, he will be eliminated and disqualified from the tournament.
Indeed. And then we'll probably get some replacement and run the battle again.
I don't think that Aesop and Metafrost have enough units here to make the decisive push. Most likely they will lose if they push, so they better pull up and bunch up on one of these hills.
It will be the best decision. However, they seem to be quite committed to attacking, and the Zanex Strategics were in a bad angle, whilst the few Tigers Pikemen were a little bit behind.
Yes, but Sanyok was playing extremely well with his registered Cossacks and sending them right into enemy Serdukes,
and few Tigers Pikemen won the engagement. They are dealing a lot of damage now.
Yep.
Critical damage that will be probably used to keep pushing onto Metafrost's base. It also appears like Hips is having quite a bit of success against Forleon.
And I have no idea why Forleon is trying to push this hill while there are dragoons on the hill.
The dragoons could probably be easily defeated by a full-on attack while the dragoons of Forleon are actually shooting, but they don't appear to have ammunition. So I don't know why Hips is falling back as well. Probably his Python are too well upgraded.
Forleon does not have coal, that's why his dragoons are not shooting, but for some reason he is still sending his dragoons into the attack.
Maybe he isn't noticing that he doesn't have ammunition. Hips is playing very conservative though, and that's very good.
Now he has bought some coal, but just a little, and
it's way too late.
yeah, it's way too late.
hits just ate the army of Forion. And on the right side we can see that the push is continuing from Q-Tiger and Senek. They are a little bit out of organization, but it should still work out, especially if they use their cavalry right.
Unfortunately, I think it's gonna be a bad game for KGR.
Yeah, they had a nice streak.
Maybe they're being a bit exhausted for this game, but somehow it felt they did not have nice team play, and for some reason ASAP and Metafrost decided to attack when they did not have enough units.
Yeah, that was almost a confirmed suicide right there. That was a decisive loss for them. But they pushed Sanek and Q-Tiger back for now, however Forion doesn't look too well. And these retreating peasants are being shot down by some dragoons.
But the economy is damaged quite a lot for Metafrost. He has lost many of his peasants, and Forleon has lost his entire base. Even though the buildings are still there, he has lost most of his peasants, and I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to restore anytime soon.
Most likely not. I think for him it's over. He'll probably make some rebuilding of his base at ASAP's base if he manages to deflect these dragoons, which I kind of doubt he will. Except if his massive crusaders are actually upgraded in fire rate and fire damage.
It could also be over for Artyom. Oh, ASAP.
ASAP, yeah.
It could be over for ASAP. Because Sanyok has already occupied Metafrost base, and now they're going to push from different sides. From one side it's gonna be Sanyok and Q-Tiger, and from the other side Hips is gonna push in.
Yeah, but Q-Tiger seems to fall back because he didn't manage to support Sanyok in time. Actually, he's going in.
Well, while they are organizing their armies, I think it's time to show some statistics. ASAP has got his firepower much earlier than Sanyok did. This means Sanyok invested into the economy more than ASAP did.
Probably a good decision, because a better economy means you can make more barracks and more stables.
So, I've shown the statistics, and for those who is interested, please just take a pause and take a deep look. For now, we can see that ASAP is trying to survive this push from Hips Dragoons and Sanyok's registered Cossacks.
But he doesn't seem to have too much success. Now he's sending in the peasants, which are going to have more success because Hips Dragoons don't shoot very fast.
The peasants have been successfully killing and defending themselves.
Yeah, but Hips is using the hit and run strategy.
Yeah, which unfortunately is working. Unfortunately or fortunately is working. And Hips is taking his dragons back, probably to join forces with the upcoming backup from Sanyok.
Yep.
On the other hand, Sanyok, Q-Tiger and Hips are gathering up other armies to make the decisive push. Someone has got another 18th century barracks. No, sorry, it was 17th century barracks, and it's not another. It's Forleon decided to rebuild his base behind ASAP's base.
As I expected. probably going to help him back up ASAP, but with this situation, I think it's going to be quite difficult.
Asa was able to successfully defend himself once more from this Hebs plus Sanyok push containing of Dragoons and registered Cossacks.
I don't know why he apparently doesn't use it, but Hips should seriously consider upgrading his fire rate.
Maybe he just forgot about it.
I don't think that anybody could forget about that.
Well, people like Hibbs could probably forget about it.
Well, that's quite a roast, you know.
Well, maybe. Anyway, ASAP has got 5 barracks by now. 2 stables, just 2 stables. And no harnesses upgrade, so his cavalry production is on the low side. While Sanyok has got 3 stables and he's starting to produce siege Cossacks, which is supposed to be better. And he also has got the harnesses upgrade, and he still has got 5 barracks. So he has got a much better economy.
And Hips just decided to basically kill his army in the rages of Metafrost.
I think he thought about it and then decided that he no longer needs the army.
I don't know why he should decide that.
Yeah, and
he's still going for pikemen.
Yeah, and he lost his pikemen to the Serdukes like nothing. And Sanyok is making a sneaky peeky move with a bunch of his registered Cossacks to the back of the ASAP's base. ASAP sees it and gathering up his peasants to defend himself. And doing that quite well.
Indeed. It's probably also maybe just because Hips is doing completely stupid moves right there. Not only does he send his dragoons in, which apparently don't have any fire rates, but he's also sacrificing his pikemen en masse. Very bad decisions right there.
And there is a very bad decision for letting Sanyok capture a stable from Forleon. Forleon, oh yeah.
And
no.
they recaptured it. Now it's ASAP stable.
ASAP has recaptured Forleon's stable, but I don't think he will be able to produce anything from that stable.
No, the stable is useless.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that stable is useless. You can't produce anything.
But it's refreshing to see some siege Cossacks. And now Sandek's siege Cossacks are attacking a court formation from ASAP, dealing a lot of damage.
Yes, that was a very nice move by Sanyok, and now he's disengaging as soon as the enemy pikemen arrived.
And Hips slow shooting Dragoon forces back again.
Now they're moving back and forth again, and we see that
Tiger is apparently headlessly pushing for ASAP while Sandek is staying back.
yeah, and no one is getting artillery yet.
Again.
I know artillery is expensive, but it's probably reasonable to get 1 or 2 cannons.
Yeah, indeed. And now apparently the team of ASAP is going for a last charge. At least it looks like Metafrost. Yeah, actually Metafrost is going to collect food, while Sandek's Cossacks are once more destroying or at least distracting the Sergeant.
Yes, but this time Metafrost was able to turn around his retiers and give a pushback for the enemy siege Cossacks.
But it's super slow and super bad army has arrived and kind of pushed out ASAP.
Now they are going to gather up all of the armies, including peasants, and push back to Hibbs and remove his super slow army.
Yeah.
But they are losing lots of peasants, and this is dealing extreme damage to the economy.
Yeah, damage that cannot be fixed anymore, I think. Not in this situation. Because there's still a formation of Serdukes in Metafrost space from Serduk. from the Saniac. And there's also some dragoons from Q-Tiger left. Some more siege Cossacks, and his slow-moving army and slow-shooting army is retreating and now killing himself once more. I don't know what he's thinking, what he's doing.
I think he's just buying some time for Sanyok and Q-Tiger.
Might be a good idea, but is it really necessary to kill yourself in order to do that?
Maybe not, or maybe he just playing fun. And now we can see that Forleon is trying to kill himself instead, because ASAP and Metafrost already turned back, but he kept moving into the enemy super slow shooting dragoons.
Yeah. And now the super slow and super weak pikes are returning. Probably to get shot down by the Seduks again.
Maybe not this time, maybe he has learned his lesson.
I don't think he has learned his lesson. I think his dragoons are still shooting as slow as before. The best way to defeat these Seduks for him would be to get these fire rate upgrades already. Actually,
but you know what? He has got
them.
his fire rate upgrades and firepower upgrades.
Yeah. Now he got them, so now his army finally isn't slow anymore. Well, for the most part. I still think he's still going to use them in a rather poor way. Though the army of ASAP is busy somewhere else with Senna, might actually work out for him.
It looks like it's just a matter of time until ASAP would have to surrender, because they've been pushed to this little angle of the map from both sides and they have no more place to run off.
Yeah, at this point it's kind of just a grinding battle. And the grinding will be rather efficient for the Sanyak's team.
It's very sad to see the game like this, because at the beginning from the ASAP team was definitely very bad, and then they tried to fix it and played pretty good, I would say, in the second half of the game. But because the first game was the first half of the game was made so bad, they are suffering big losses in the economy, and probably it's gonna be a GG. But the fun part is that Forleon has recaptured his stable. This stable was captured by Sanyog, then it was recaptured by ASAP, then it was captured by someone again, and then it was recaptured by Forleon, and now Forleon can finish building this stable if his opponents would give him such privileges.
For now, we appear to see hips once more get destroyed.
But on the right side, I think Sanyok is going to smash Forleon and Metafrost. So ASAP is going to destroy hips and then turn around and go and save as of his allies again.
Yeah. At least they managed to secure one of the flanks now, even though this flank never was really successful for hips.
And Sanyok has captured this poor stable again.
Oh yeah. I wonder who's going to capture it next. And Forleon is asking for a rehost.
Question is why?
There is no reason for a rehost.
Yeah, I don't know why he's asking for a rehost. It probably meant GG. Who is gonna be the next owner of this half-built stable? I have no idea.
Probably Forleon again.
Anyway, this is seriously just a matter of time until the armies arrive and finally smash ASAP. ASAP was playing like really good this time, but unfortunately his allies didn't do very well.
No, they kind of died in the right beginning.
Yes. and ASAP had to fight on two sides and trying to defend both of them, which he basically did, but when Sanyok has two good allies on his side, it's next to impossible to get a win in this situation.
And ASAP has once more destroyed the army of Sanyok.
Yes, but now super slow and super weak army of Hips is coming in, and probably is gonna be destroyed by the Serdukes again.
I think that for Hips this nation is really fitting. He reminds me of Italy.
ASAP will win every battle until he loses. Well, it's a super logical, right? The first battle to lose is not the battle you win.
Yeah.
And the push stable is recaptured by Forleon, and now it's gonna be captured by Sanyok again.
Okay, so this stable seems to be for share.
Yes, it's a shared stable.
Everybody can have a go.
ASAP is asking Sanyok to kill Baton in the finals.
Probably. Probably not. We'll see how that will work out.
Do they have any kind of personal hate between each other, ASAP and Baton?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. I don't really know. I really don't really know about ASAP or Baton. Basically, I don't really know about both of them. But I wouldn't see why.
15 Hetmans, which made a lot of damage to Forleon's economy in the very beginning of the game. These were crucial. And team play between Hips, Sanyok and Q-Tiger also was very crucial in this game to win.
Yeah.
But ASAP was playing also exceptionally well this time.
Yeah.
Maybe he could do a little bit better by getting like 15-20 Hetmans in the beginning of the game and making some big damage to Sanyok's allies. Other than that,
probably better.
fall back to the tower. Unfortunately, there is no time to build the tower.
Towers take too long to build.
Well, that is a GG. Once more, I'll show you statistics. Who is interested, take a pause, study, and enjoy.
And we'll be moving on to the finals, I think.
Yes, probably.
I mean, if the players for the final are ready. And it looks like they are. They are all online.
Finals is best of 3, and Colorfit is going to host the finals game. Hello, yes you are. KGR, winner of Soul. ASAP godlike. Well, ASAP was playing really well this time, that's for sure. I would argue that it was godlike, but it was very well.
Well, if it was godlike, why did he lose? I would still say he was pretty good, but it wasn't godlike.
Yeah, I agree. So, now we are going to get the finals, and I wonder who is going to take the 3rd place in the tournament.
The 3rd place, this is Team KGR, I think.
Okay, so KGR is getting 3rd place, and Sanyok, Hips, Q-Tiger playing NF number 2 for the 1st and 2nd place, right?
Yes, indeed. They are going to fight for the 1st and 2nd place, and therefore for the prize as well.
KGR wins our hearts. That's Vahan saying. Probably yes. I'm not sure about the entire KGR team, but ASAP for sure. I thought that there is gonna be a battle between the between KGR and someone else for the 3rd and 4th place, but apparently it's not.
No.
And Sanyuk is going to play in the finals with Ukraine again. Seems like he has enjoyed Ukraine. And it's gonna be 4th game of today with Ukraine.
5th, I think.
Yeah, 5th.
Which doesn't make the entire situation more enjoyable, I think. No real variation in the nations.
Maybe Colorfit can ban Ukraine, but it was not specified in the tournament rules, so I don't think why he should ban Ukraine. And
I don't even think that he could ban Ukraine now without any heavy resistance on everybody.
Well, you know, he has the leverage. He has the $100 price of the tournament, and he could say easily, you either play without Ukraine or you're not getting the prize. So
true.
Resistance could be very easily broken. Ricardo, are you eating there?
I'm just eating a little snack. Couldn't help myself, I'm sorry.
Well, you should be double sorry because I'm hungry.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to stop. Just couldn't help myself and had to grab a little bit of a cereal bar.
I have got some food myself, but I'm not going to eat it until the stream is over. And Colorfit, I believe you need to kick some of the exactly and surely redundant spectators.
Yeah, please.
Give me red. Sanyok is demanding for red. Colorfit, please don't give him red.
Well, I mean, Sanyok is Russian, so I mean, it's understandable if he wants red.
Well, Sanyok does not deserve to have red every game.
Yeah. I mean, the times of red are over since like 20 years or so. Almost 30.
Okay, in the NF number 2 team we have Baton, Oldman and Midband. I'm not even sure who is going to win this game. It's gonna be pretty tough. They already played a game in semi-finals and Baton with his team won, but that game Sanyok decided to go Scotland against Ukraine and they lost. But maybe this time Sanyok will be able to take over because he's playing as Ukraine as well. Do you have any idea of what those numbers are staying for at the right cell of every team name in the tournament grid?
I don't exactly know what they mean. I haven't even asked. Maybe Colin knows?
Now we have Baton in our lobby, but we also need Midband and his other player, Old Man.
I think the numbers on the right side next to every team name means if they have won or not. On the left side, I don't know.
Yeah, I was asking for the left side, like right is clear, it's 1 or 0, win or lose. But the left side, what that means?
I have no idea. Probably the team number. Because the number is always the same on each team.
Could actually be that case.
Mm.
We also got some kind of Ivanda 2005. I bet Colorfit is gonna kick that shit.
Yeah. I don't think this person has been invited to spectate.
I have no idea why people are so stubborn, like they are being kicked and they keep rejoining.
I don't know. Probably because they just want to play, but I personally would just stop joining after I've been kicked.
While we are waiting for the players, I'm going to take a look at the ladder. Currently, the first place is occupied by KRS Fair Snow. Second place is Bayton. Third place is Sir Artius. Fourth place is Antoha. Fifth place Artyom Pro. Then we have Ahan, Rifat, Mr. Bilo, Diu, Old Man, Nelji or Nelly. I have no idea how to correctly say his nickname.
I always call him Nelch.
And some more not very famous names. Other names I recognize is Bobby, Vinci, Fulcrum, ACFC, Beppa. Colorfit is currently residing at the 23rd place.
That's
Golden
a
Boy.
surprise.
Excuse me?
That's a surprise because I thought that Call would drop the entire quick pay thing.
Well, I think his previous achievements is enough to stay at the 23rd place.
Probably.
Petro BWM is 25th. Then we have Hawaii, Testopal, Rob 3, Roma 23, Stallman, Amphetamine, and Sanyok is currently 36, Fennec, Ahmed, Dandy, Iron Juan, Faniru is 48, Dr. K 52nd, Universum 53rd, Delta 54th, Hips is 55th, Midbound is 59th, Pierre, GT Pierre is 62nd, that's nice. Fenrir, Aisha, another Aisha, two players with exactly same nickname.
Probably an impersonator. There seems to be quite a lot of these running around lately.
Yeah, our noob is 74th.
But I think the real Aisha is the one with these brown wheat thingies. With the grain or something like this.
Okay. Well, they are exactly the same.
Yeah, the only thing to see them apart is this wheat. Or whatever that is.
But anyway, both of them look exactly the same. They even have the same achievements. And Mayank is actually got himself to the 100th place. We also have Lexus here at 98th place, Ato 95th, Lukash 91st, Diruta 86th, and others I don't really know. Oh, Snow Leopard at 92nd. And I am somewhere in the deep ass with just 16 wins.
I've got 28 wins, but I don't even play quick play, so I'm out of that. Probably the entire amount of wins that I have achieved in this session of the ladder.
I just don't have enough time for gaming recently, and I'm so pissed off with cheaters in the game and arrogance by the game developers, so
I'm just way too busy doing anything. other than Cossacks. And even if I'm playing, well, I'm only playing with color.
Yeah, you're
Pretty
pretty
good.
busy playing Europe Universals, right?
Not exactly. No, I've got other games to play as well.
Okay.
But that's still the most played game. Yes.
I was always enjoying Battlefield 4, but recently Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 they got the players distraction from Battlefield 4, so now the servers are no longer populated as they used to be. So sometimes I spend more time to actually find a server to play with people rather than playing, which is sad.
Yeah. Sort of. Yeah. I mean, you cannot fix that. If people come back, they will come back.
That's how it works. If people come back, the other people also come back. To make other people come back, the first people needs to come back.
Yeah.
Alisa R is asking who is going to win, NF or Sanok. That's hard to say. It really depends on what shape the NF team currently is, if they are distracted by anything, and if Peyton is going to cry for good or not good reason. And also depends on how Sanuk is going to organize his teammates. If they're going to have good team play, they could pull it easily, but if they screw up, they can lose it easily.
Yeah.
The interesting part is that it's gonna be best of 3. This means we will see at least 2 games.
So there might be a chance to turn it around.
Someone is saying that for a while there were 10 plus NF Batons.
Yeah, I think that was a prank.
Well, maybe it's time to make 10 plus GT color fits.
I think somebody wouldn't like that. Probably that's the reason why Call of It apparently has nosebleed now.
And I actually think I know who is not gonna like that.
Who?
Color fit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's probably why he's got nosebleed now.
By the way, why did you change your nickname? I remember you being Imperator Ricardo for quite some time.
Yeah, I was kind of ordered to get this GT into my name. And my name was too big, so I had to change it a bit. I wanted at first to be Legatus Ricardo, but that was still too long.
Do you know the trick that if you want to have a longer name and you can't type it in Cossacks, then you type it in Notepad and then copy paste it?
That's a damn good idea. Might actually consider doing that.
I'm not sure if they have fixed this bug, but it was like this before.
Might actually be worth a shot. When I'm not lazy, when I'm not too lazy, I'm going to take a look at that.
Yeah, and if you won't forget it.
Yeah, because to be honest, the name Gaius is not really too big. I mean, sure, it's the name of Gaius Julius Caesar, but I would like the Caesar for that again, and therefore it's not special. A lot of Romans were named Gaius.
Well, I'm not that much into Romance history. I was just wondering why you suddenly stopped being Imperator Ricardo.
Oh, okay.
Nosebleed. Oh, Colorfit is reporting nosebleed, but he did not report whose nose is bleeding.
Apparently his own, because he said be right back.
Well, maybe he has a dog or a cat and he needs to take care of the dog or the cat.
Yes, he has a cat, but this cat is rather silly, I think. I think the cat can watch out for its own.
Do you know what kind of cat Colorfit has?
No, I only know that it's very random. The cat is acting very randomly.
I like cats and I also like dogs, but I think I prefer cats.
I'm a dogs person. And that's all I can say, to be honest.
Do you have a dog?
I had a dog. He was 13 years old before we had to give him away.
I see. But 13 years for a dog is a pretty good life.
He was a mixture between a Belgian and a Dutch Shepherd.
I'm
So
sorry,
quite
but I
big
can't
dog.
imagine that.
It's a quite big dog. That's all. That's all you need to know.
I used to have a German Shepherd, and he died when he was 13 as well.
Yeah, that's quite a big, long age for big dogs.
Yeah. So, Colorfy, do you think we can start the game? But before we need to gather Meatband and Old Man to play
I
here?
think, I think there was a 15 minutes break announced, which is kind of boring for me. But I cannot fix it.
Maybe we need to call Meatband and Old Man and tell them to show up?
I'm not sure. Maybe Corsair already did that. However, I'm going to take a quick break as well, and I'll be right back.
Okay. Instead of Old Man, we are getting Ottoman here. For no good reason. Now he has been kicked. Okay guys, I'm going to take a pause to drink something, maybe eat a few crackers, and as soon as Old Man and Meatbound will show up and join the lobby, we will start the game. For now, I'll mute myself for a little while. Please go somewhere, to the kitchen, to the fridge, anywhere, take yourself a drink and come back to enjoy the game.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I've got myself some kvass, which is a Russian drink. It's a little bit like beer, but it's non-alcoholic.
Oh, I
And
would have almost thought it's alcoholic, but that's surprising.
And it tastes much better than beer.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
the non-alcoholic beer.
Well, I don't know. All I'm drinking is juice.
And welcome to Joe Carvalho. It's been a long time since we've seen you on the streams. He's saying that
Yes.
he has got 14-year-old Chihuahua.
Well,
Well, that's a
this
tiny dog, and the tiny dogs used to live longer than the big dogs.
indeed. I think that's just because of the nature. I
Yep.
think that these smaller dogs are just more resistant than the bigger ones. I'm not sure why though.
Perotti ZZ is asking why enough do not play in the losers bracket. Well, if they don't play in the losers bracket, this means they are winners.
Indeed, they have won. They have beaten Senec's team in the previous upper grid, and now they are fighting them in the lower grid. Well, again, as I said, they are fighting them for the finals because the team of Senec has won the lower grid.
FLCRM is saying that Midbound is coming in 5 minutes. Well, let's see if that's gonna be true. So far, we have KGR ADU trying to be a spectator, but most likely he's gonna be kicked by Colorfit out.
Yes. By the way, FLCRM is Fulcrum.
Oh. Hi Fulcrum, I didn't know that's you.
In the first time I was confused as well, but then he told me that there might be some letters in between it, and I immediately thought Fulcrum.
Definitely. He
Because
probably
the
just
user
stripped
missing.
out the vowels from his nickname.
Indeed. He removed the use.
And ADU is keep joining, but Colorfit is keep kicking him.
Very resistant, but this resistance will be futile.
Hello Robert to you, welcome to the stream. We are just about to start the finals between Sanyok and Baton and their compatriots. Hips and Q-Tiger playing for the Sanyok's team, and Midbound and Old Man are supposed to plan for the Baton's team, but so far Midbound and Old Man are not showing up. So we need someone to knock their door.
I'm sure they're going to show up quite soon.
By the way, Robert, it's Colorfit in the English spelling with U, not just color, like Americans.
And we all know that the American kind of English is the superior kind of English. Just some kind of knockoff. Therefore we use the English, the British kind of English.
Someone used to call Colorfit Colorfot, and I feel like Colorfit is not getting offended by that, as long as it's spelled correctly the color with U.
Yeah, the entire Color Fat meme was actually incited by me with actually miswriting Colorfit. I don't know why this happened, because I and A is so far off the keyboard.
We're still liking Meatbound and Old Man, which is starting to be a little bit boring, and
Yeah,
we are going all over
yeah.
the subjects again and again.
Yeah, it feels like we are waiting since 20 minutes in total now, if even.
I still have a dream to organize my own tournament using Colorfit, of course. And I want to make the rule that every player would be allowed to play with one nation only once. Like, if you used a nation in the tournament, you cannot use that nation again.
Didn't we already had this in the very first tournament?
Yes, but it was never finished.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
Well, it was never finished because people did not show up, then commentators did not show up, and well, it was basically broken.
Yeah, nobody would like to finish such tournaments.
No, it was just not very well organized because nor me nor Colorfeed had any kind of experience organizing such things. But now Colorfeed has got some experience. He knows that he has to show strict time and date when the game's gonna happen, so we don't have to talk to all the players all the time and figure out, okay, can you please play now, can you please play now. We just say, okay, you either play or you lose.
Yeah. Simple and easy.
Yes, Colorfeed is doing really good here, solving all of the non-game problem issues, like streaming issues and contradictions between different players when someone is claiming the game has crashed while they've been losing or something like that. Why Colorfeed called Colorfeed when he is playing all the time with Red? That's a question coming from Yes You Are.
Well, red is one of the colors of a rainbow, I think, so you could probably rate it to that.
Yeah, like Colorfeed never meant that he has lots of colors, he's just full with a color.
Yeah. Whole with one color.
Stalinist.
Yeah. I mean, Call of it is indeed kind of promoting rapid industrialization in the game, instead of everybody's equal.
Well, I really doubt that Stalin thought that everyone is equal.
Yeah.
Well, we finally have got Old Mount in the lobby, but we are still missing Midband. Anyone has any idea where he is hiding?
I hope he can show up, otherwise he might have to get a replacement. Because we are waiting way too long now.
Yes, you are is saying that Stalin was not that bad as Western propaganda said.
Well,
I did
ask
not
the Gulag.
read and did not listen to the Western propaganda, but I listened to my grand and grandparents, so I know about Stalin from the first sources and not from some Western propaganda.
And that's the better way to know it.
Even though I myself live in Europe for quite some time now. Bayton is still asking for a few minutes for Midband to come and show up. Maybe he is hoping that Sanyoka will get busy with something or Sanyoka will fall asleep.
I'm certainly going to fall asleep if it doesn't start soon.
Please stay tuned. Finals will begin shortly.
We hope.
Yeah, and there's, there should be one little addition with a very, very, very tiny font at the very, very bottom of the page. We hope.
Yeah. The classic, basically.
Yeah. Do you have something interesting to tell about the Europe Universals? I've seen you and Colorfit both are playing this game. Maybe some other day you could have a stream or video about the game.
I think that Colorfit will never do that. Will
Why?
never stream or post his game because he plays it very low. 1 hour or 2 hours per day. If he's even going to play it. He's quite busy not to play it.
Okay.
He's mostly just busy playing Cossacks or working.
Okay. Did you play Hearts of Iron 4?
Yes, for quite a while. And I don't think it's as good as Europa Universalis 4. It's getting quite repetitive.
I did not play any of those games, but I only watched some streams because if I would go to play myself, I would have to learn lots of game mechanics, lots of different stuff, and I don't have time for that. But
maybe I can accumulate enough favors with Call of Duty that I can get him to do that one day.
yeah, maybe. Or maybe you can record a nice video yourself and just tell him.
I could potentially try this. Probably in a bad quality though, but it might be worth a shot when I can be asked to do that.
Yes, your R is asking me to read something loud. Okay, let me try to read it. Yes, your R has officially declared himself being a fool. So, if you enjoyed me reading, well, you can post something else to read.
This was a fantastic roast.
Finally, we have got Meat Band over here. So, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna hope that the game is not gonna crash, and that the players are not gonna quit, and there will be no shit around. Now we just need Colorfit to be bossy, tell them to get nations, teams, set ready and start the game.
Well, he did already shout at them, so I think they are going to do it shortly.
Yeah, and he actually shouted at them with cups.
Yeah, that's exactly the reason why I said he's shouting. Apparently somebody has left.
Yeah, it's old man. Maybe he is rejoining because of some glitch. Yeah, he
Yeah,
has.
the game's quite known for its many glitches.
Yes, your is looking for the readings, and he doesn't know that there is 2 minutes delay.
It's the tournament, so there's obviously going to be delay, otherwise there might be people who are telling people things that aren't very fair.
Yes, that's totally true. And I also think some people who have better computers and better monitors, they have advantage over the people with a worse computer and worse monitors. But that's nothing we can do about, and we should not try to equal it.
Yeah.
Colorfit, are you trying to play with colors? What are you doing? Why you're...
No, he's just being edgy, don't mind it.
So now he's definitely colorful.
Sort of, yeah.
No Fulcrum, sadly they are not playing yet, we are still waiting. And Baton is playing as Ukraine as well, so we are gonna to see Ukraine plus 2 Piemonts playing against Ukraine and 2 Piemonts.
I wonder, I forgot to count, this is the 5th or the 6th time now.
Yeah. Senyok and Q Tiger is supposed to get ready and then we can get started.
Yep, we waited way too long on this one. So we need to have something to talk about again.
It looks like Yes You Are has got another sentence for me to read.
Apparently. But we apparently didn't appreciate your previous reading. I don't know why you read it pretty well.
No, I think he's very happy with it, and that's why he has got another one for me. You know, if you're
Hmm.
not happy with someone's service, you're not going back to that man again, right?
True. And I mean, FU in some languages, I'm sure in some languages actually something that resembles lava.
Well, I'm sure it was not addressed to me.
Probably not. Don't worry.
What I'm not sure is why they're still connecting and disconnecting from the room instead of finally set up the teams, click the ready button and get going.
I don't know as well, but apparently we are having to wait for Senek now because he has his phone.
You know, I also have my phone, but it doesn't stop me from streaming.
Yeah, I have my phone as well, but it's basically useless anyway.
The most use of my phone is happens to when I'm listening to some books on my way to work and from work. Other than that, it's usually lying on the table doing nothing.
Mine is always laying on the table doing nothing, just
Even
consuming
Hips
its
is saying
battery.
go. Okay. Now we need Old Man to get ready.
And I hope that he can do that. After all, his name resembles that he must be quite old. And he left again.
Maybe he has some game glitches so he can't set ready.
Well, technically the glitch just should stop after you rejoined one time.
So the game is about to start, but I think Old Man did not select the color, and
Uh,
he's forced to start with that annoying white color.
I don't think that's that annoying. It's only annoying when it's a winter map.
Well, for me, it's annoying because when you click like Control A or when you select some units, you don't see what are the selected units and what are the other units on the map because the colors are so similar between white color for selection and the white color of your nation.
Well, it's technically teal, but I get your point.
Okay, now we need to identify where are Ukrainians and
One Ukraine with Baton is on the top right, and the
yes,
second Ukraine is in the middle left with Sanek.
yes.
And it looks like Oldman is pretty much on the presenting table, ready to get snacked basically.
No, what?
And Color Flute is rehosting. Oh,
Why?
because this apparently is unfair.
Why?
I don't know. Apparently both Sanek and Baton are very disappointed about this. So
Unless
we are
Baton
not
and
going
Sanyok.
to.
Well,
Considering they both don't seem to be very amused about this, I think it's going to continue right here.
I think it should continue. Like, I don't see it's unfair, but I see it's unfair that Old Man is not doing anything.
Yeah,
One team has significant advantage. I am really having hard times to tell which team has significant advantage.
mm, technically, both teams can do a pretty good job here. I mean, if both Baton and Meatband are concentrated their forces with Old Man immediately, they might actually be able to push into Sanek.
Yeah,
Te-
but okay,
and
Old Man has
apparently,
crashed.
yeah. So yeah, we are going to rehost. I
Yeah.
hope that we are not going to wait this long again.
So unfortunately, we would not be able to see the gameplay with that nice location. But
Yeah,
honestly,
that's a shame.
I thought
The
it would
map,
be very nice location.
same.
there is someone hosting a game, a Nef versus Sanyok Q Tiger, some
I
Sir
don't,
Sherifu.
I don't think he's going to be the official host though. Apparently he is going to be the official host. I hope that his internet is somehow good.
Okay, then I need a room to join.
I'm always skeptical when it isn't you or Colorfit hosting because I don't know if anybody else has good internet.
Maybe he has good internet and he is right in somewhere between Europe and Asia, so people from different places can join.
I think
But
he's from Poland.
okay, but we need to kick Bobby and we need to kick Kuv and we need to kick Sergei and just to Sanchez.
Yeah,
Bobby is back again.
not for long, I guess.
Okay, let's hope this time location would be something that Colorfit would enjoy.
Probably not. He's quite picky in some situations.
Yes, you are. I really think that you need to go and complete some spelling courses or learn how to use the spacebar properly.
Or learn how to speak at all, I guess. Because he, yeah, that's always the same thing. He needs to learn more things to speak.
Unfortunately, I don't think there is such things like curses which would increase your intelligence.
Unfortunately not. There's only curses that would decrease it.
Yes, they are actually very common.
Yeah,
And usually you have to pay for them.
yeah.
Okay, so just to Sanchez is again in, and he is gonna play as Tarky. Well, that's
Not
so brave
for
of
long.
him.
Yeah, I think he's going to leave very soon though. I don't know if he's going to leave by on his own measure. I'm probably going to say that he's going to leave by force. And apparently people want you to host. Wait a second. I'm back.
Okay, I'm not sure what Vahan and Forleon are talking about the score. Like, why is 1-0 to Sanyok?
I think that's just a joke because Old Man left. Apparently he didn't leave, he crashed. And
Oh,
English only. Mak, yeah, Russian letters. I don't know how to spell this to be honest. Apparently my deleting of his message wasn't registered, which is weird.
well, Sir Sherifu has probably deleted his message.
Yes, he did.
Uh, as far as I know, Forleon is from Asia.
I think he lives in Vietnam, I'm not sure.
Or maybe India, I'm not sure.
We have a lot of people from India, I think. I'm not exactly sure who, but we have at least 2 people from India, that's what I know.
Finally, the game is starting for the second time, and let's hope this time everything's gonna be alright. No one
We can only hope that.
yeah, no one is and nothing is gonna crash. Hopefully.
Yeah.
So GT Marcus and Mayank are from India. So we have at least 3 people from India. Marcus, Mayank and Forleon. I'm not sure if Colorfit will be more happy with current location.
Probably not. We'll see how that turns out.
Or maybe Colorfit actually will be more happy with this location. Who made a post? Probably it's Colorfit. Wait for old man, he's still loading. How that could be?
I don't know, lately the game has once more kind of lagged behind when people are still loading in.
Anyway.
And Call of Duty is still saying the positions are unfair, and I don't exactly know why.
Yesterday we had even more weird positions, much more weird positions than this one, and it was okay to play. So I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Colorfit is saying that Sanyok's team is closer to each other, so they can send help to each other sooner, which could be crucial in this game, which is kinda true.
Yeah. It also means that in case they get crushed, they cannot collect any reinforcements in time, so they can push back.
Yeah, and on other hand, they can be attacked from many different places, many different directions from different places, and be disturbed by this, so...
Yeah. And Zanek is going once more for the Hetman, but Phaeton is doing so as well. And now that the entire name is red, I cannot even read the name anymore.
Yeah, that's so annoying, because Red Putin is the top nick.
Yeah. I cannot read the names unless I go out of bounds and put the names over the black border of the map.
Why?
Because otherwise it's just too blurry. I cannot read it, to be honest.
Okay, well that's bad.
It blends in too well with the green grass and the rocks, stones, trees and all that stuff.
Okay, I still can read it, maybe because I have different monitor settings with a different contrast.
Probably. I have to use my TV to have my
Oh,
desktop.
no, TV is horrible. Yes, now I understand.
I wanted to use my real desktop for it, but this desktop doesn't have HDMI. I don't know if that's a thing in English too.
Yeah, it's called HDMI, but
Yeah.
you can get a converter from HDMI to DVI, something like that.
Yeah, but I already kind of borrowed this desktop to my dad. Now it's his desktop for his PC, which is not even used. Maybe I'll get a chance to get it back sometime, but not now.
Forleon is reporting that he is deeply offended by Colorfit's commentators. Thank you very much, Forleon.
No problem.
Meanwhile, we see that Baton has got 11 headpans and he is going to try to do something with them, but Sanyok is sending an army of hetmans on his own to Baton's base, which is gonna be fun to watch, because Baton has got here quite a few Serdukes to shoot the hetmans.
They are not upgraded, but they can still inflict some damage.
And Hussars plus registered Cossacks are pulling back to Baton to save his base from the hetmans.
And the hetmans apparently are trying to go and attack the hussars, which they are falling back.
Yeah, and Hussar is basically playing run and hit and run, or run and hit.
Hit and run, it's the name. But it's both the same meaning, I guess.
Baton is going to lose lots of his Serdukes to this hetman rush.
Yeah.
And now Sanyok has joined his forces of registered Cossacks and hetmans together. So now he has a slightly bigger threat to the Baton's base. While we can see here that Old Man is making some damage with a bunch of his Hussars, killing a few of the Dragoons, and not losing a single Hussar.
Well, I think they killed one Dragoon. That's not a lot, but it's still something.
Sanuk is sending his bunch of registered Cossacks and Hetmans towards Meatbound's base, and Meatbound is getting ready to meet this bunch with his pikes and hussars and trying to save his peasants, while Serdux from Bayton is coming to help here.
I think that Sonic already did the damage that he wanted. He distracted the economy of Meatband a bit.
Yeah, and now he is going to get right into the back of Old Man's base and kill some peasants. No, he's turning back because he's distracted by these two peasants. And now he's turning back again.
And I think that he could possibly even engage at least the pikemen or the raiders of Old Man. I think he's going to do just that, actually.
Yeah, Old Man is going to suffer now.
Yeah, he's going to engage.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah, and he's going to pull back.
And he has to save the peasants.
Yeah, that's also the economy distracted. That's his goal, I think. And now he's engaging with the pikes and dealing quite a bit of damage, but pulling out again.
Meanwhile, Meatbound is sending a bunch of his hussars somewhere, and these hetmans plus registered Cossacks are still having fun at Old Man's base.
And Putin Huju, or well, Q-Tiger appears to do nothing. Actually, he's making drummers now.
He's making drummers?
Yeah, he made some drummers and now he's making pikes. Officer, he's going to make a formation.
Okay.
It just looked so suspicious because his barrack was not doing anything for quite a while there. Longer than a drummer would take, to be honest.
Well, I still remember these old times when it was useful to spam drummers, because drummers had a very high HP level. So you could spam your opponent with the drummers, and until the pikemen are upgraded, the drummers could just walk into the base and start to capture the buildings.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not happening anymore, or maybe fortunately. Bayton, meanwhile, is upgrading his Serduk's firepower in the barracks and still working on getting fire rate and firepower in the academy.
I'm actually quite surprised about the low amount of action that's actually going on. It's only been one raid from Senek and nothing else.
Yeah, but this raid was quite deadly actually, because he was able to distract economy from both Meatbound and Old Man.
Yeah.
It was not devastating, but it was quite annoying.
Yeah, I think that's the plan of this, to annoy the enemy a bit, making them abandon the economy for a little bit. I think that all the players seem to be playing for some kind of economy strategy. At least it probably looks like it, I'm not sure.
That's definitely true.
This game mode is a little bit confusing, so I'm not sure how economy focused base looks in this game mode.
Do you see these? Bayton is sending bunch of peasants together with his Serdukes. I'm not sure why.
I don't know either, especially if he's playing economy. Why would he just sacrifice his economy and now he's going back again?
Yeah, okay, so probably that was just a misclick.
Probably. But it was a quite big misclick because he only sent his peasants and his Serdukes.
And now they are going to lose quite a lot of his units by just walking back and forth. And also engaging here, that was a pretty bad idea. I have no idea why they did that.
Yeah.
They basically lost like 3-4 formations of the units.
Which was a quite interesting battle.
And
But it looks like Sonic is going to win this with ease.
yeah,
Simply because of the pikemen that are still left. And there's a ton of dragoons as well, so they might just take this momentum and drag it forward. Actually, Aten is also going to attack Sanak, I think. So they might need their cavalry back there.
Bader has got 29 hetmans. I don't know why he is hesitant. He should just go with his Serdukes and his cavalry in and clean Sanyuk's base. But on the other side, Q-Tiger is doing a good job. And Hibbs is going to help with his dragoons shooting Serdukes from the hill.
Yeah, that's a quite good idea. Taking not as much damage, well actually they do because the turrets were still close enough to shoot the hill. However, I think that was a quite good way to get rid of them.
I think it was a pretty bad team play from the Baton team because Baton did not even gather his Serdukes altogether. And now this stream of Serdukes is gonna be killed by Hussars and the Dragoons.
Indeed. Basically turned into a 2 versus 3 on the bottom side, and now it's a 1 versus 2 apparently on the top side again. And apparently the blue pikes are just sweeping everything up.
Unfortunately, I think it's a GG for Sanyok.
Yeah. This is quite decisive with the big mistake of not working all together on the Baton team.
Appelsin is thankful for 1440p streaming. Well, I'm glad to stream in 1440p. If in the future I will be able to get a 4K monitor, I could actually stream in 4K because this computer is powerful enough and the internet is also good enough. But I'm always glad to stream in 1440p, 60 FPS.
That's quite a thing. However, I've never seen a reason to go above 720p because otherwise it just doesn't look another way, I think. Probably because of my own resolution being rather bad.
Once you play on a real 1440p monitor like 27 inches, you would never want to go back to 1080p 20 inches, something like that. It just works like this.
Well,
anyway,
my old desktop had a resolution that was standard set on 1440p something.
Anyway, unfortunately this was a very fast game. Sanyok has won it. And let's go for the second game. And let's hope it's not gonna be the last game.
Maybe they have learned something.
Maybe they learned that they actually need to play in a team rather than playing here and there on their own.
Yeah, would be the best idea. Because it's a team game mode, you obviously have to work together to win. If you go in all alone, you're not going to win. That's pretty simple.
Someone really likes your German accent.
And I don't know why.
You don't like your German accent, or you don't know why it's German?
Well, I do know that it's German, that's obviously, but I don't know why he likes the German accent.
Well, probably because it's nice.
Probably. I don't know. I never liked German accents myself. It's probably because connected to the point that I'm kind of having a problematic kind of relation with Germans overall. I don't know, I just work well together with other Germans.
I have a colleague and a friend, and he's very good at mimicking accents in English of many different countries. And it's so fun of him when he can speak English as a German and then a moment later turn into speaking English as a French.
I can imagine that's quite funny.
Yeah, and he is pretty good at learning languages, and he speaks a few languages, and currently he's interested into learning some Russian. So he also learned how to make Russian accent in English. So he's a very funny guy.
Can imagine it's quite a good way to get some laughter into the day.
Yes, and quite some good way to attract females.
I have no idea about that.
Well, I'm telling you for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, give Q Tiger the second team and the last slot in his team, so it's all gonna be wide. Yeah, you
Except
know
for
that's.
the game time.
Hmm?
Except for the game time, I think, and for the second team, they are all going to be red.
No, like if he's gonna be lost in the list of players in the game, then he is gonna be red and everyone else is gonna be white, so that's gonna be okay.
Yeah, that's going to be okay.
Pierre, I can tell you what, I love 32 inches even more. My working monitor is 32 inches.
I have no idea about that. I only look at the resolution that's set on standard, to be honest.
Um, well, when you talk about inches of a monitor, it's a diagonal size of monitor from one angle to another angle, like from the bottom left to top right.
Ah, okay.
So
That's basically what you see in TV advertisements in the TV all the time.
yeah, so it's basically like the size of the screen.
All right. Now I understood it.
Like for example, you can get a 15 inches laptop which would have 4K resolution. It's a ton of small pixels, but you can also get like 30 inches monitor, which is twice the size of a laptop, but still 4K resolution. Depends on different humans, different eyes can see different pixels. Like some people, they have very good eyesight and they need small pixels, otherwise they can see big pixels, like they are physically separated, and you start to see like the lines between pixels, which is very annoying.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that as well.
Fulcrum is complaining about nations being pretty boring.
And apparently the room has been remade, so you might have to rejoin.
Yeah. Okay, I am rejoining. Okay, so Q Tiger is now gonna be the last one. And let's hope he's not going to spoil any other nicknames.
I hope so, but apparently since he's going to be Team 1 again, the second team is going to be red, for as long as he lives.
Unfortunately, maybe they can switch.
I hope maybe Call of it can convince them, otherwise I cannot read half of the names.
Let's see if Call of Duty is bossy enough to ask them to go to Team 2.
Oh, you did the greatest sin. You wrote color in the American way.
and Sanyok is complaining about lots of desynchronization with Baton units on this host. Well, nothing I can do, it's not me hosting.
No, not really.
Colorfit, are you drinking tea somewhere?
Connor always hides tea somewhere. And if it's just tea bags in his shoes.
I think the best ever gift for Colorfit would be a pack of tea with Cossacks logo.
I think he would die from a heart attack.
Well, and then we tell him, if you don't revive yourself, we take the tea from you, and he will revive himself immediately.
Yeah, that's probably exactly what would happen. And Fulcrum is talking about Canadian bear cavalry in the chat. I think that the Russians would rather ride on the bears.
I might be wrong, but I think that Meatband is asking me to host, but
Yeah.
it's up to Colorfit to decide.
Yeah, I think that he already asked you in the last time to host.
Well, it's not me to decide who's gonna host.
Yeah.
Oh, someone wants yellow. What the heck? Okay, sure, go. And now I have the ready glitch. Oh, I actually did not set the ready, but the game started even without me being ready.
That's interesting. Maybe you clicked it before already.
Ricardo, was it you removing some Russian text from Appleseed?
Yes.
Okay. Can you actually make a special bot for YouTube which would automatically remove such text?
I'm not sure. I don't think that I can do it. If somebody could do it, I think Color could code something like this. But I'm not sure if it's real legal.
I think there are such things because I've seen on other YouTube channels that people, when someone is posting like caps lock messages, there is a bot which is automatically removing such messages and saying something like, please don't cry on our streams.
That would actually be a good thing for us too. But it will be quite a hard way to make it only react to not English words.
Yeah, but you know, there are special filters that you can apply. So for example, if the message consists only of Cyrillic letters and maybe some exclamation marks, then this message would be treated as non-English, and then it's gonna be removed and a warning would be assigned.
True, but look at these positions.
I really like them. Like this time we have got Baton has got kinda better position than Sanyok. Well, I'm not sure if it's better or worse, but they are closer to each other and they're supposed to be able to reinforce each other.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know though why Hips is immediately streaming not to Q-Tiger. It would be the best decision, I think, so he can instantly help him.
But Sanyok is already making a Hetman's rush into mid-bound space, so it's another deja vu.
Yeah.
And these Hetmans are killing pikes and hussars with ease.
Their attack is just far superior and they have quite a bit of help as well.
And now Sanyok decided to retreat with his single Hetman.
Yeah.
Oh, it seems like I just missed that Old Man was able to capture an academy from Q-Tiger and destroy it.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Robert wants to visit Ukraine as well, European side of Ukraine. Well, I never been in European side of Ukraine, so I can't tell you if it's good there or bad, but if you want to, sure, go.
Well, technically it's all European.
Technically, yes. Well, what we see here is that Sanyok is keep rushing with his registered Cossacks and with Hetmans, and Midbound is keep defending himself with the pikeman.
And he is doing quite some efficient work with raiding Midband.
Yeah, unfortunately Baton nor Old Man is helping Midbound with anything, so Midbound is struggling here a little bit.
Yeah, but there's quite a bit of engagement on the left and the right side, I mean, going on.
Hello Zone, yes, NF2 and Sanyok played yesterday, and Sanyok lost, and that's how NF team got to the finals, but then Sanyok won the losers bracket, and now they are playing in the finals for the first and the second place, and now the score is 1-0 to Sanyok. So
and adding to that, we had like half a dozen of Ukraine Diamond games now.
Yes. And if Sanyok wins this game, then he will be declared the winner of this tournament, fortunately or unfortunately.
Unfortunately, I would say, because I made a bet. But that's my thing. What counts now is the tournament and how this plays out. And it looks like this time the pikemen of TOURAMENT are not performing at all.
Probably he missed some of the upgrades, or maybe not some, just a lot of upgrades. And while Sanyok is being busy raiding Midbound is being able to successfully defend himself with the pikes and hussars against those hetmans and registered Cossacks raids.
Yeah, he would need to make a lot of progress against Midbound now, because they basically lost TOURAMENT at this point.
There are 2 gold mines which no one is taken. I have no idea why, but I think it's pretty close both to Baton and to Midbound, and they should have taken these. While I was speaking, Midbound actually has placed one of the gold mines, and Sanyok decided to bypass Midbound and go straight to Baton, and then turned back. Meanwhile, here we see that Hips and Q-Tiger decided to retreat, but I would say for sure that if Baton and Old Man decide to keep pushing, they would be able to wipe out Q-Tiger and Hips together.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be even too hard for them.
Now they are going to lose Midbound.
Yes, because now the reinforcements from Sanek have arrived, the Serdyuks, and the Hetman and Register Cossacks are still dealing a lot of damage to the pikemen.
Midbound has realized that there is no chance for him to save his peasants, so he is retreating with the peasants in the search for some peace.
Probably for the best. And apparently both Baton and Old Man are now going to go for a raid against Sanek.
That's a very nice and tricky move. So they basically sacrificed Midbound's base and told him buy as much time as possible, while we are going to kick Sanyok into his back. That's a very nice move. And now Hetmans are coming to Sanyok's base, but I don't think it was a wise move to send Hetmans on their own. Even though they will be able to kill quite a few peasants, they will all die there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially because of the Serdyuks.
Yes, but now Serdukes are coming and the pikes are also coming. I think it would be better if Baton would wait a little bit for pikes from Old Man and attack together rather than sending Serdukes on their own.
Yeah. I think he should just retreat out of his base and wait for his reinforcements. And then he could think about pushing them back again, if he's fast.
Sanyok is taking all of his peasants back and pulling back the Serdukes from Midbound's base, which is logical, but Baton should definitely go behind the pikeman and stay there, and probably just block Sanyok's base instead of going to push into the enemy lines.
For a brief moment, Sanyok only walked his muscles in. It wasn't a lot, but it was still a mistake. It appears like Sanyok is going to win this engagement, at least at the current side, and he does.
Yes, he definitely is going to win this engagement, and Old Man should definitely pull back his pikemen and don't let them die there for nothing.
The tables have kind of turned, with Meatband still being occupied and Q-Tiger slowly regenerating.
I think there is some kind of a huge desynchronization because Sanyok's Serdukes are going straight into Old Man's pikemen.
On my screen they are just standing in front of a barrack.
Okay, well, there is definitely...
Yeah, there's a desync going on. Probably we should have listened to Meatband, Baton, and everybody who said that there's a desync.
Well, and it's pretty hard... Oh, now it's unfroze, I think.
Oh, well this will give the pikes of Old Man a massive advantage. At least if these Serdukes are really inside of them.
No, I don't think these pikes have got any massive advantage, like they are still going to die and they are basically dead. So it's...
Now Hips is coming to help, a little bit too late.
But the weird part here is that there is Sanyok Serdukes and Baton Serdukes are just staying...
Yeah, they are just peacefully staying next to each other.
Yeah, and having fun like, hey bro, how are you doing? Oh yeah, you know, I better go back to my base.
Yeah, that's weird.
Anyway, we think, or at least we hope that the game is gonna continue. And looks like everyone has reclaimed their bases back. Q-Tiger has got his base back, and Meatbound has got his base back.
And there's already some headman coming in from Baton to remove Q-Tiger again.
Yeah, but it's not enough headmans.
No, it's really not enough, they just got piked to death.
Yes, and the pikemen are upgraded right now, so it's definitely useless.
Yeah, a waste of headman and gold.
Or maybe Baton just decided to rid of Hetman so they don't spend gold. But strangely enough, he still has just one stable and he still keep producing Hetmans instead of Siege Cossacks or Registered Cossacks. And we see huge forces, united forces between Sanyok and Hips are joining to Midbound again.
Apparently now Meatband cannot defend himself, there's nobody to help him. But it also looks like Q-Tiger is going to get rolled over once more.
Yeah.
Maybe Sanyok he seems to detach forces together with Hips pikemen to probably go for Baton now.
I'm still not sure if the game is actually desynchronized or synchronized, because on one side it sounds pretty awkward when shooters are going into pikes and pikes die without shooters being shooting. On the other side, it doesn't happen every place and feels like playable, so I'm not sure if we should rehost or not.
I'm not sure, it's actually a pretty hard decision. From the looks of it, though, they are pretty. From my opinion, they are pretty much going to finish this game, though. Even though there's a desync. They are not amused, but they didn't complain too much about it either, I think.
Well, anyway, there is someone in the chat who is trying to say that one of the players is a cheater and he is doing all of this crap when he is losing. But I would leave this to Colorfit to decide.
Yeah. Colorfit is the leading administrator of this tournament, and so he has the last word with it. And apparently there's terrible engagement going on for Senate now, but they are still managing to push out the entire economy of Baton.
But Baton is able to save all of his peasants, or at least majority of his peasants, so it's not that damaging.
No, but I think the main target here is to distract the economy. If these peasants are walking away, they are not producing.
Yes, so economy is like paused, but it's not destroyed, so it's not that dramatic.
Yeah.
This is a very nice bunch of peasants holding their bags with some food, pieces of wood and pieces of stone.
Probably as a shield against bullets.
Yeah, anti-bullet shield.
Would be actually quite funny if it would actually work.
Well, I believe that Baton has to reinforce or reorganize and strike back, because right now Senyuk doesn't have any army, but there is still some army left in Midband's base, which is still prevents Midband from producing his own army and his peasants.
And Midband's last peasants are being hunted down by his super slow shooting Dragoon force.
Yeah. And now the super slow shooting Dragoons are going to be killed.
Yeah, by faster shooting Dragoons, because fire rate is pretty much everything with Dragoons. And it appears like TOURAMENT is going to be once more Serdukeized.
Serdukeized.
Yeah, I don't know. It's getting a little bit late. And I start to forget how to spell.
Senyuk is trying to make another sneaky peeky maneuver with his registered Cossacks and going straight into Baton's base. Let's see if that's gonna help. But Baton has successfully switched to producing registered Cossacks on his own, and he is able to place another stable as of now, but he is not doing that. Maybe he is gathering resources for the Serduk firepower upgrades.
The Dragoons of Old Man seem to be trying to intercept the registered Cossacks, which is for some reason splitting apart.
Because the registered Cossacks got split apart, and that's probably why Dragoons split apart. And one half of the registered Cossacks decided to die from the Dragoons.
True.
Let's see if Q-Tiger is gonna be able to keep his base this time, because this time Senyuk and Hips are both helping him to keep the base.
It might be possible.
It might be possible.
The team of Baton is at a slight disadvantage now, having no help from Midband.
Yeah, but Baton has very upgraded Serdius. He has got at least one firepower.
The pikes of Q-Tiger have been shattered. And of the pikes of Hips as well.
So Baton, he has got all firepower upgrades for his Serdius in the barracks, and he has got all the firepower upgrades for his Serdius in the academy, and he has got one fire rate upgrade, so his Serdius are pretty good.
Yeah. They are pretty strong, but they still have to get a firepower. And I think because of the lack of this firepower, and because they are shooting peasants and pikemen coming from the barracks, Baton's men are actually losing here.
Yes, at this time Q-Tiger was able to keep his base.
Yeah. But Midband seems to be back.
Yes, Midband is back again. and I think he has rebuilt his town halls behind Baton.
Yes, he has. He has a little bit of an outpost there, with the 18th barracks going up as well.
Do you see this little bunch of Senyuk's registered Cossacks staying in the top left corner?
Yes, I do. They are probably for sneaky maneuvers again.
Yes, exactly. Baton has finally got his second stable, and he has switched to producing siege Cossacks by now.
Yep, so has Sanek.
And Old Man has now got two 18th century barracks, and he is producing 18 Grenadiers. Oh, yeah, it actually looks like Grenadiers.
Which is a good idea, because if they can go another victory against Q Tiger's base, they can destroy it immediately.
Yes, and he is actually sending his Grenadiers to destroy the mines, and he has already removed one of the Q Tiger's gold mines. And he could actually destroy the coal mine, but he's not controlling the Grenadiers well.
Yeah, that's a bit sloppy, I've got to admit.
Actually, while I was reading chat, Old Man decided to actually order his Grenadiers to go and destroy that mine. That was nice of him. Not much damage, but still something.
It's still something. He seems to be going for the market next if he doesn't get intercepted by the two Tiger Dragoons, which he is getting intercepted by.
Yeah, definitely. And there seems to be a serious desynchronization, at least from my point of view, because those Grenadiers, they all just died together.
On my screen they all died one by one.
Okay.
I guess the desynchronization is player specific.
Anyway,
not just for everybody.
Call of Duty has already declared that if majority of the players means at least 4 players is gonna vote to rehost, the game is gonna be rehosted. But who made the polls?
I think Meatband, because he wrote something that might resemble cheating.
Oh, that could mean someone is cheating.
But who?
Meatband has got 4 millions of gold.
Oh my god. I think Mr. Hello might have his hands in the play. Because this doesn't just happen all on its own.
Well, I have no words.
I don't have it either.
Well, I have no idea what we're gonna do about this. We easily win this game.
Yeah, especially with this gold.
Yeah, especially with 4 millions of gold.
Yeah.
And Baden is claiming that even if Midband is not going to build anything, they're still gonna win the game. This could actually be true.
But I don't want to accuse anybody, but if he doesn't build it, he can still send it around.
Yeah, technically yes. Colorfeed is demanding him to trade all of his gold for coal.
But that would also debalance it a little bit, so he can just send it around when allies need it.
Well,
it's hard to fix the situation.
And don't make musketeers. Well, I really have no idea how to balance this shit.
Yeah.
Okay, Colorfit, I would just have to wait till you decide what to do with this game.
Yes,
But
we only have to wait.
there are so many players and so many people who are saying this is Putin or Q Tiger who is doing this shit.
I wouldn't say so. Mr. Hello is doing this longer than anybody else. And it is pretty publicly known that he is doing that. Apparently we are going to continue.
Yeah, it seems like Meatbound has sold all of his resources by selling gold to coal and then coal to gold and then back and forth until it's basically annihilates itself. So that's the way. How do you lose resources in Cossacks? By doing nothing.
Basically. The trading price just keeps going down.
Well, it would be really nice to save replay and see what the shit has happened in this game. And it was very nice of Meatbound to actually tell that he has got 4 millions of gold, because other players could just play and be silently happy, like, oh, I have some extra gold.
Yeah, would be yeah, I don't know. I don't have any words for it.
But anyway, I think it went without any kind of cheats. Baton and Old Man are doing pretty good here, and they should be able to win.
Yeah, I don't know why. It always seems like the army of super slow hips and Sanek seems to be always small.
Well, because Sanyok was trying to pressure Midbound all the time, and even though he succeeded, but he was also spending all of his army for that.
And Sanek is having a really bad engagement angle in this middle engagement, with his Sergius being in a line that's basically going to get into a T position right here.
Yeah, but there is no Sanyok, right? The Sanyok is staying here. Oh, the other engagement. The other engagement... Yep. I meant you were talking about the big one.
Yes, the stick in the middle, right next to Q Tiger's face.
Okay, but there is no Sanyok, it's just Hips and Putin.
On my screen there was some Sergius of Sanek playing next to the academy. It was an entire formation, 120.
Okay, Sanyok surrenders, it's GG, 1-1.
We are going to have a third game apparently.
Yeah, but first...
Well, yeah, it makes sense.
I'm going to show the statistics and let's see... okay, so Meatbound... well, who was complaining about 4 millions of gold? Like, it was Meatbound, right?
Well, he had the money, yeah.
Okay, so in the statistics I see nothing like that, like resources sold on market, gold, nothing. Like statistics shows that he didn't sell anything of the gold on the market.
That's very weird.
But resources purchased on the market, he purchased almost 3 millions of coal. So he definitely sold something to get 3 millions of coal. But anyway, this game is so badly broken.
Yeah.
I will save replay just in case of something.
That's a good idea.
And let's check it up later. Maybe Colorfit will be interested, maybe I will be interested. But now I have got this green screen bug, so I need to restart the game.
Yeah, this is an annoying bug that's also there since ages, and it's not going to get fixed.
I think it happens when the host is quitting.
Not always. It also can happen randomly. I think it does indeed mostly happen if you are leaving very short after the host is left. And you are the last one at least, I think.
Yes, Robert. There were no players in this game who were cheating. It was some kind of an external hacker who actually hacked into the game and got some extra resources to Midbound.
AKA Mr. Hello, basically. And I think that we should have you host this time, Econs.
Um, do I supposed to host?
I think so. It would probably be the best idea to avoid another desync.
Well, I can't guarantee that I will be better. So,
Well, I guess who else is supposed to host? Colorfoot could host, you could host.
okay. Uh, Sharifo will host.
Again.
Yeah, that's what Colorfit says.
Well, I don't know why this decision come up, but if you want so. Apparently he made a little joke on the name of this lobby, labeling it as Ricardo, Mikons, and Cesarifo stream.
Uh, well, let him make
Um,
his fun.
yeah, but I'm sorry, my heart is sold on the meme team.
I need to find out the most inappropriate color to play.
Pink.
Baden is asking me to host.
Yes, Mikons. I think that Peyton is going to have you as host.
Okay, so they tell me to host. Fine, I
Yeah.
can do that.
Then we'll have you as a host.
Okay, hosting now.
I am already in because I'm Swift.
So that's gonna be the third and final game of this tournament. Currently we have Sanuk plus Hips and Q Tiger playing against the NF number 2 team, which consists of Baton, Midbound and Altman. And it looks like it's gonna be another game of Piedmont plus Ukraine. I remind you that by the rules of the tournament you have to choose 2 Piemonts and 1 extra nation. The extra nation is a free nation, you can choose whatever you want. And today it happened that everyone was selecting Ukraine as the third nation. Seems like this game is not gonna be an exception, and Baton is already selecting Ukraine, while Old Man and Midbound are selecting Piedmont. Now we are just waiting for Sanuk, Hips and Q Tiger. And as usual we have Hips complaining about that desynchronization, and I think we've seen a few desynchronization places here and there, but I don't think any of the teams got any kind of advantages due to that synchronization because it worked on both sides. It's the green screen of Grigorovich. That's a very nice game. So there is a blue screen of death for Microsoft and green screen of Grigorovich. That's very nice.
I don't get the joke.
Grigorovich is the last name of the Cossacks 3 main developer.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
Yes, you are is asking for rehost the game because blah blah, but we all should respect Colorfit and all his effort to organize this tournament. I don't think that game should be rehosted, And if I would be in charge, I would calm that game, because it was back and forth, and it was very nice of Midbound to tell that he has got extra gold, which he was not able to use anyway.
Yeah.
I don't see any reasons of why the people should be upset about it. And Colorfit confirms that the game is counted, and it's 1-1 to NF team, and now we are getting the last game. For those who is upset about 3 millions of gold or 4 millions of gold for Midbound, the fact is that Midbound was basically dead by the end of the game, and even if he would use 4 millions of his gold, he would still not be able to participate in the battle, which basically been won by Baton and Old Man, so just stop this bullshit. Anyway, now I have some job for kicking out redundant people.
That's a very good idea.
Okay, so looks like now we're starting to have some intense discussions in the chat, which is actually not a very good thing.
No.
Especially when people abusing Putin for cheating. I don't think Putin has anything to do with this game. He is just sitting in his Russian president apartment. Anyway, we start to get the room populated, just waiting for some other people. Hips is joining and Lewin, probably another room glitch. Old Man is here, Q Tiger is here, Midband, Baton, Sanyok is here.
And some redundant people, not anymore.
Yeah, forcibly removed.
Very good.
Or forcefully. Anyway, if Q Tiger, as many say, would actually be cheating, I really doubt that he would be sending gold to his opponent.
Yeah, it would make no sense. If somebody would cheat, I could imagine them sending gold to themselves. And even that would be noticed.
Okay, getting a few more redundant people. I think I need to close this slot. So guys, just set ready and we will go.
It will start soon.
I think Colorfit is busy explaining something in the chat.
Yes, he is.
So, Colorfeed is accusing one of the players on Sanyok's side being possible of cheating for several different reasons, and if you're interested, just go to the chat and have a read. Someone wants to take pink. Okay, sure, go. Okay, so we seems to be ready. Let me just double check that everything is okay. Hips, Q Tiger, and Sanyok are on one team. And Baton, Mid Band, Old Man on the other team. Team seems to be ready. Do we have to play Ukraine? Free Nation for 1. And I should say allies nearby. Okay, so go. Okay, starting the game. Since no one objected, I'm starting the game. Zone is rooting for NF. Yeah, I'm rooting for NF as well. I hope they're gonna take the first place. Maybe he's sending resources to ask for a rehost while he gets little quantifiers like 10k gold that's not noticeable. Well, you never know, and I'll check the statistics. By the end of the game, we've seen that that gold was not even registered as sold resources, so there is definitely something fishy.
Yeah.
Yes, you are is interested if it was you, Ricardo, hacking into the game.
I don't hack the game. Why would I even? I'm playing so rarely. And even if I play, I prefer to use the Scottish tactic of being just better than everybody. So no, I'm not hacking. And almost everybody can pretty much confirm that.
That's a shame. I was hoping to learn some hacks from you.
Nah, probably live hacks, but not in-game hacks.
I was joking, of course.
Yeah, I know. But
Anyway,
no
Colorfeed, I hope you have got satisfaction with the current location of the teams. It's not ideal mirror, but it's still quite fair, I think.
I think that Xanax peasants kind of forgot where the middle is and just built it there. Got too lazy to put it again.
Baden is sending Siege Cossacks immediately for try to make some harassment, and Sanyok as usual is going for Hetmans.
Interesting strategy, it might work out. Especially if Sanek doesn't hurry up and finish at Cossacks house and his academy, which the Ukrainian academies build very fast, so that's not a problem.
And it's fun to see how Baton's Siege Cossacks just running through the stream of Hetmans, and just before that they've been just running through and not even trying to make any kind of attack. But then Baton has lost a few Siege Cossacks, and now Baton is actually capturing a few of Sanyok's mines and going to blow them up. Yeah, so at least he has captured 2 mines.
That's something, I guess.
On the right side, Hips is streaming his pikes and dragoons up the hill, and that hill is very close to Midband. So seems like Midbound is going to suffer from constant pressure again. Old Man is producing pikes and dragoons as well, and looks like he has got a hill on his own to have a basement there.
I think that Meatband at this point is getting pretty used to tanking damage. Being the only one who is getting early game pressure.
Yeah. Where are the dragoons? So for some reason Hips decided to pull back his dragoons, and there are a few Siege Cossacks of Baton who are trying to kill the stream. They tried to attack an officer, but
the officers are too good at surviving this.
Yes, the officer said, I have a different idea about the consequences of this attack. And now Sanuk has actually switched to Siege Cossacks as well. He definitely doesn't like these running Siege Cossacks from Baton all over the place. And Hetmans of course can't run as fast as Siege Cossacks, so Baden has got another gold mine captured and another gold mine captured, but this time from Hips. So
that's quite
that's
efficient
not a
thing, I
big
guess.
deal, but it's still a disruption in the gold production.
Yeah, since Hips Dragoons are way too slow at shooting again, they are not able to pick anything of this, considering they are just standing around now, even though they could simply go in and kill them.
You seem to be really enjoying to call Hips army be slow army.
Yeah, basically. We have the slowest player, that's ARDL, he isn't here, and then we have the slow army, which is Hips. So we have quite a bit of variety here.
Um, I think
My
a
game is
game.
frozen.
Yeah, I think the game is freezing, but maybe it's going to unfreeze.
I hope so. Ah, it is very stuckly. I hope it's going to fix itself.
Well,
I think we just managed to pause.
Meatbound has quit, or he has crashed, I don't know.
Oh.
We need to
Apparently we
do.
are going to relocate this game onto some private time.
Yeah,
Or I'm not sure how this is going to go now.
yeah. Unfortunately, this game can't keep continuing while someone is crashing and hacking into the game.
Yeah, probably Mr. Hello who wants to crash the tournament. I
Or he just
couldn't
wants
imagine
someone.
anybody else. Probably.
He wants someone to take shotgun and make a nice visit. Okay,
And
so unfortunately, we were not able to find out who is gonna win this tournament today, and this is not something we can do. The stream is gonna be off for today because there is definitely someone is hacking into the game and making it broken.
yeah,
This we are going to stop for today. Thanks all
and don't
for joining. If you enjoyed the stream, give it a like, subscribe, and bye bye.
and don't worry, there's going to be a private game hosted about who's going to win this. It's going to be put on YouTube, so keep your eyes open. And good night.
Goodbye, Ricardo.